Welcome to Moving Through Project Phases. This module is the first of 5 in a series for examining the project management framework. There is only one topic covered in this module, project phase deliverables. During this presentation, make sure to use your Examining the Project Management Framework study guide to highlight and take additional notes. Here is Moving Through Project Phases. A project is an uncertain business. The larger the project, the more uncertainty. It is for this reason, among others, that projects are broken down into smaller, more manageable phases. A project phase allows a project manager to see the project as a whole and yet still focus on completing the project one phase at a time. We have learned that projects are temporary endeavors to create a unique product or service, and that all projects must have an end date. Between the project launch and the coveted end date, a project will pass through multiple phases. Consider a project to create a new electronic gadget. This gadget will have several phases to complete from concept to completion: product description, prototype, revisioning, testing, and so on. The completion of each phase brings the project closer to completion. Think of any project you may have worked on: a technology rollout, constructing a building, integrating a new service into a business unit. Each of these projects will have logical phases that move the project from concept to completion. The sum of the project phases comprises the project life cycle. A project life cycle is the duration of a project. Consider our project to create a new electronic gadget. Once the gadget is completed, has passed testing and regulations, the project does not continue. It is done. The life of the project is over, and the goal of the project, to create a unique product, in this case, has been met. There is no reason for the project to keep going, so its life cycle is over. Every phase has deliverables. It is one of the main points to having phases. For example, your manager gives you a project that will require 4 years to complete and it has a hefty budget of $16 million. Do you think management's going to say, "Have fun, see you in 4 years"? Oh, if only they would, right? Of course, in most organizations, that is not going to happen. Management wants to see proof of progress, evidence of work completed, a good news of how well the project is moving. Phases are an ideal method of keeping management informed of the project progress. At the end of each phase, the project manager can show some deliverable to management and customers. Once a phase concludes, how does the project manager know it is safe to continue? Based on the size and type of the project, some form of scope verification must take place. Management and customers will want to see if the deliverables you have completed to date is in alignment with what they have expected. Let us go back to that project that had a $16 million budget. We know management is not going to set us loose for 4 years. They will want a schedule of when we will be spending their money and what they will be getting in return. And when will this fun happen? At the end of a project phase. The verification of the performance of the project deliverables will be key to management determining if the project should continue or not. Imagine your project with $6 million has produced a lousy deliverable outside of the project scope, and you have blown more than a few $100,000 more than what you said it would take to get to this point in the project. Do you think the project will continue? An analysis by management will determine if the project should be killed or allowed to continue. The idea of killing a project at phases is why phase completion is called a kill point. Kill point for the project, not for the project manager. Project phases are also known as stage gates. Stage gates are used often in manufacturing or product development. A stage gate allows a project to continue after performance and deliverable review against a set of predefined metrics. If the deliverable of the phase or stage meet the predefined metrics, the project is allowed to continue. Should the deliverable not meet the metrics, the project may not be allowed to pass through the gate to move forward. In these unfortunate cases, the project may be terminated or sent through revisions to meet the predetermined metrics. The completion of a phase may also be known as a phase exit. A phase exit requires the project deliverable meet some predetermined exit criteria. Exit criteria are typically inspection specific and are scheduled events in the project schedule. You know you are moving towards completion when management and customers agree with the results of a project phase. Each project will have its own logical phases to completion. Imagine you are the project manager for a project to build a new house. There would be some very logical phases to the completion of the project to build the house. Requirements. Define the type of house being built. What are the characteristics of the house? What are the expectations from the people that will be living in the home? The architects and the designers would work with the requirements to design and create the specifications for the house in alignment with the requirements of the customer. Within the build phase, there would be logical activities and many phases necessary to reach the project completion, such as the foundation, the framing, the roofing, and so on. Before the homeowners moved into their own home, they would want to inspect the house for the quality of the building and confirm its functionality. Operational transfer. The home is complete and the homeowners have moved in, approving the project and thereby announcing its end. Each phase within the preceding project has logical activities that dictate the point of the phase, the goal of each, and what the deliverables of each phase likely will be. At the end of each of the listed phases, there would likely be an inspection and confirmation that the project is moving towards its completion. The completion of a phase allows a project to move into the next phase.